Hello there, it's your girl Chantal here again. Happy New Year, and thank you so much for clicking on the first video of the year on this channel. And if you're like most people, I'm sure your mind is preoccupied with things like breaking bad habits, developing new ones, setting goals, building systems. I'm guessing you stepped into this year wanting to be more organized and productive so that you can either level up the success of last year, or if last year was not so good for you, maybe you want to go all in and restore all that lost time. But let's be real, sometimes instead of feeling excited about these changes, we may feel anxious and overwhelmed. The thought of tackling numerous bad habits and establishing new ones can be overwhelming, especially if you did not succeed with the ones you set last year. And also when you look around and everybody's already waving their vision boards and their prayer boards and their goals for the year, the big projects they have, it can feel intimidating. That's why I wanted to start off this year with a video that will help ease your way into the productive life that you want to live this year. So let's start with the power of one habit. Just one habit. Have you ever noticed how just one small habit, one consistent behavior can completely shape your life either for the better or for the worst? In the book, The Power of Habits, Charles Dewey calls it a keystone habit. It's that one habit in your life that acts like a domino, that sets the foundation for other good habits to be built. And sometimes it could be a negative habit, and in that case, it's also going to create space for negative habits to take root. Today, I'll be sharing with you a negative keystone habit that made it nearly impossible for me to break free from unhealthy patterns in my life. With this keystone habit in my life, it was difficult for me to do life from a place of joy and contentment. So in the first half of this video, we'll explore how this habit might be holding you back as well. And then secondly, we'll look at how to replace it with a habit that will make transformation and productivity feel effortless for you this year. And what was that habit that held me back? It is the negative habit of hurry. I had to ruthlessly eliminate hurry from my life. And now I'm experiencing life very differently in a beautiful way, especially in the past 2 years. I know you may be rolling your eyes like, really? Chantal, at this time of the year when I'm so pumped up, ready to crush my goals, are you really going to tell me to eliminate hurry? Do you want me to just sit around and do nothing? Well, if you're asking these questions, then it's a proof that hurry has become a habit in your life that you are afraid to let go of. You think that there is no other way to get things done if it is not done in a hurry. It also shows that you are misunderstanding what it truly means to eliminate hurry from your life. The concept of eliminating hurry does not primarily address what you're doing or how much you're doing. Rather, it addresses how you choose to do things. Someone may have 10 things to do today and choose to do it not from the place of hurry, whereas another person may have just 3 things to do today, but they have already structured and programmed themselves to always get things done from the place of hurry. So eliminating hurry addresses more of the how than the what. I listened to this great writer, John Ortberg, who happened to be the one who forwarded this book, The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. And he said the primary goal of eliminating hurry from our lives is not necessarily so that we can enjoy a more calm and relaxed life, but rather so that we can be more effective in doing the things that we have been called to do. So that you can have the joy, the strength, the wisdom to occupy till Christ comes. When was the last time you spent your energy on the things that truly mattered? When was the last time that you did those things that truly mattered with joy and not from a place of grumbling and complaining? When was the last time you did the things that mattered from a place of strength and not burnout? You want to be productive this year in a way that it aligns with your faith, your principles, and your values. By the way, if you're new here, that's what this channel is all about. Here I share content that helps you get clear on that which you've been called to do, but most importantly, how to actually get it done, but without compromise and burnout. So if that is something that resonates with you, I'll be so excited to have you click that subscribe button and be a part of this growing community. My hurried life began when I relocated from my home country to the US. It was a season of numerous transitions, and you know how transitions can mess you up if not handled wisely. I was transitioning into a new country, transitioning from single to married, trying to figure out the path for my career. And then I added childbearing into the mix. Then the busy lifestyle of New York, the fast-paced lifestyle did not make it any easy. And it wasn't really about the activities. Everybody's life pretty much revolves around these activities, right? Work, family, community, church, friendships, extended family, and so on. It was more about how I was going about things, how I viewed this season in my life, and the things I was doing that kept me in a state of panic, anxiety, overwhelm. I was productive. Checking off the boxes, the things that were on my to-do list, but hardly present to fully enjoy it. When you live in a hurry, you find yourself in a constant rush to accomplish tasks. You find yourself experiencing this restless feeling within you that there is not enough time, and that causes you to always be frustrated. You're frustrated with the least delay that happens in your life. Like we see the worst of you when there is traffic. There is this extreme frustration when there is an interruption to your day. I have missed out on opportunities to be a blessing in the past because it came disguised as an interruption to my perfect schedule. I don't know if I read it or I watched a video where someone said most of Jesus's sermons and teachings were birthed in moments of interruptions. He was doing something else and someone touched him. Doing something else and then they brought a woman and they're asking him difficult questions. Even at a wedding, he's been interrupted to perform a miracle. If you see me at a wedding, don't ask me a coaching question. I'm there to have fun. And even in the middle of a nap, the disciples woke him up out of fear of the storm. But you see, he was a busy person about his father's business, but he was not a hurried person. So even with those interruptions, he was able to stop and perform the miracle and attend to what he was needed for, and left us with great lessons. I don't know what interruptions you may have experienced in 2024. Maybe you were just too hurried and too busy to even see the opportunities within that interruption for growth and for success. You see, some of the shiny things that keep calling out to us and keeping us busy, sometimes they are distractions. And the things you think they are interruptions, sometimes that is where opportunities for growth and success lie. I pray that you will not miss out on any opportunity that shows up in your life this year. A hurried life struggles with discernment. A hurried life struggles with lack of clarity. And you see, with clarity, you see opportunities where everybody is so busy to notice. You equally can spot danger and avoid it way before it happens because you are paying attention. A hurried life has their priorities distorted. There is this pressure to do more, achieve more, to move faster. Now, I have nothing against doing more, achieving more, and moving faster. In fact, I have my own foot on the gas pedal for this year because I know what God is speaking about my life this year. The problem becomes when you do more at the expense of your health, your emotional well-being, your relationships, and your spiritual growth. I emphasize relationship and spiritual growth because two things that Jesus emphasized was also loving the Lord our God with our heart and also loving one another as we love ourselves. These two relationships are very important to him. The enemy knows the importance of these two relationships, and that is why he has moved in with the spirit of hurry and the spirit of offense to make us too busy to have time for God and one another, too offended to worship God and to be in unity with one another. That's why a lot of our friendships today are so superficial, and that's also the reason why it's easy to hurt people and just walk away because nothing was invested in it anyway. A lot of us don't have meaningful friendships and relationships in our lives. The few that we have are probably the ones you manipulatively position to yourself for personal gain. When I began to eliminate hurry from my life, my relationship both with God and man really improved. I was equally challenged to invest more in my relationship with both God and man. It was very clear to me the friendships that were important and vital in my life and the ones that were not. In a hurry, you don't get enough sleep, In a hurry, you're not able to eat healthy and exercise. In a hurry, even that space that you've organized is unable to stay organized because you're throwing clothes and pots and pans everywhere. And then the next day, it takes you hours to find something that would have taken you minutes to find. That is also a time waster. So if you think that eliminating hurry is going to slow you down, think again, because the opposite is true. Hurry keeps you busy, going nowhere. And it's painful to be busy yet stuck. So quickly, what are some practical ways to eliminate hurry from your life? The first is mindset. Refuse to normalize hurry in your life. Acknowledge that it's a bad habit and it's not the only way to do life. You see, when I was preparing for this video, there was a part of me saying, Chantal, who really wants to listen to you talk about eliminating hurry at this time of the year? But I knew that there is that somebody out there who wants to do life, who wants to be productive this year in a way that they don't compromise their faith, their principles, and their values. And if you want to do productivity that way, then you may have to do some unconventional things. Then you may have to find yourself going towards the direction of some things that are not popular opinion. But that is okay, as long as at the end of the day, it brings fulfillment. It brings true contentment. When you lie on your bed at night, you know that you lived today in a way that counts. You lived today in a way that it added value to somebody. You lived today in a way that it gave glory to God. I also did not stop myself from bringing this video because I believe in you, in all of you who tune in every week to this channel, because you know what this channel is all about. By the way, thank you guys so much. I do appreciate you all. And I believe that you don't just want to be productive, but you want to experience what it truly means to live a meaningful life, a life of influence. And what I will encourage you is that whenever in doubt, look for role models. Look for people who have proven that you can live a surrendered and unhurried life and still be influential and still be relevant and still be impactful. You see, I'm going to be finishing this month. I have 2 reads. I'm going to be finishing this book, The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. I'm equally going to be finishing, no, not finishing, I'm actually starting this one. I bought it when it just came out, but I didn't get to read it. This, I Surrender All by Priscilla Shirer. So who are you going to be listening to this year? Who are you going to be watching? What books are you going to be reading? Align yourself with people who share similar principles and values with you. People who have gone ahead of you and proven that it can be done. Don't be so used to hurry to the point where life outside hurry feels abnormal. When I began to eliminate hurry from my life, our mornings were kind of like calm and quiet. Our evenings, I felt like something was wrong. Like I'm supposed to be running up and down. Why am I so calm? And there were times that my husband would even see the way I'm just doing things in the morning, and he's like, are you sure we are not going to be late this morning? I was like, no, we're just used to doing things in a hurry. So you are going to feel almost like there's some withdrawal symptoms, like this is not how I'm supposed to do things. Sit with that feeling until it becomes normal, until you normalize not being hurried. Am I saying that I've completely eliminated hurry from my life? No, I'm not there yet. In fact, just early this week, we were running late to church, and I'm sitting in that car thinking, oh my goodness, I don't want to get late and not find parking. I don't want to find myself sitting in the overflow. So there will be those moments that hurry will come. There will be those moments where you would have to rush, but don't normalize it. Don't make it a lifestyle. I have tested the other side and it's beautiful. Embrace a new mindset. Don't be stuck in your old ways. Refuse to normalize hurry. Another thing that has been a game changer for me is prioritizing and setting intentions for each day. And I mean each day. When you're going to bed at night, is it clear to you what time you want to wake up in the morning, what time you want to head out the door for work, what you plan to eat that day or your family is going to eat, who are the people you want to talk to? Is it clear to you what are the minor things for that day that if they are not done, you can still go to bed not feeling too bad? What are the top 3 or 4 things that if not done, it's going to have a negative effect? Are those things clear to you, and have you kind of like scheduled them? I used to major in the minor things, and then at the end of the day, I find myself rushing to do the major things that have to be done by all possible means. And please, while you are prioritizing, setting goals and intentions, keep it simple. One way to simplify your life is to look to the previous years and identify the habits, the routines, the systems that were already working for you, that are already helping you to thrive. Maybe all you have to do is to bring it into this year and be more consistent with it until you see results. Don't always think that because it's a new year, I have to add new things, new ideas. It's not always about adding something new every now and then. Sometimes you just have to stay and be consistent with what is already working so that it can yield more results. So let me ask you, what are some amazing habits or mindsets or principles or routines, systems that worked for you last year that you are bringing it into the new year? Please let me know in the comment section below. And as you set these priorities and make these plans, do not forget to delegate tasks and to also take advantage of some tech tools and apps. Some task management apps, habit trackers, calendars. Those are some things that are beginning to really help me. I used to just leave so many things in my mind. They get me overwhelmed. I forget. And then I start finding myself doing things in a hurry. But how can you even prioritize if it's not clear to you who you are, where you're going, what is happening in your life in this season? So as you step into this new year, I would encourage you to seek God's face and say, you have a big plan for this year, a big kingdom building plan for this year. Where do I fit in? What is expected of me? I'm a piece of this puzzle. How do you want me to work this year? Be clear on those things and then focus on quality and not quantity. Just a few days ago, my husband and I were just kind of like talking about our goals for the year. And to be honest with you, I think I have 3 major things. And even those 3 things, God will help me. What God is looking for is diligence, is faithfulness. One of the biggest things that is also contributing to a hurried life in today's modern world is competition. If you want to eliminate hurry from your life, you will have to avoid competition. Let me hurry and do it before they do it. Let me make it bigger and better than theirs. Let me do it faster than they are doing it. It's a good thing to be inspired by others. Just being here on this platform, I know I've inspired so many people. I have equally been inspired by so many people. And Paul even said it, follow me as I follow Christ. Imitate me as I imitate Christ. So being inspired by what people are doing and even getting ideas from what people are doing is not a bad thing. But it becomes a problem when your only motivation to get things done is provoked by what is happening in somebody else's life and coming from a negative space, from a place of maybe jealousy, envy, and competition. Competition shows insecurity and a lack of confidence in God, His plan for your life, His ability, and timing. Your motive matters to God. We all have room to build, but we have to be careful how we build. The last but one way to eliminate hurry from your life is to eliminate worry from your life. Hurry feeds on worry. You are constantly worried about the future. You see, I often say that worry is another way of you saying, I know that I'm limited, I'm not self-sufficient, I can't see the end from the beginning, there are so many uncertainties, yet I choose to rely on me. Your confidence is in your bank account because it's so heavy. Your confidence is in your job because it's paying well. Your confidence is in your new amazing connection. But you see, the story that keeps coming to mind for me is this story in the Bible where the fishermen had spent all night trying to catch fish and they caught nothing. And in the morning, Jesus comes and tells them, throw your net over there. And they're like, what? Look, we are experienced people. We know how this thing is being done. And we have tried all night and it doesn't work. You're going to show up now and just tell us to throw our net over there. So there comes a time, they did, and they caught and their nets were breaking. There comes a time when you have to do the planning and set up those systems and, gather all these, have a support system around you and all of that. But then when all is said and done, you have to surrender. We have to be sensitive. There are times that God will give you instructions that are looking so opposite to what you think should bring you success, should bring that breakthrough. But even in that instruction, all he needs is your trust and your obedience, and you will be able to have a harvest that your nets will be breaking. Be at peace. God has made provision for all that you need for every good work in this new year. And finally, in order to eliminate hurry from your life, set healthy boundaries. And this is a topic I would like to kind of expand on in another video, because there are so many misconceptions about what healthy boundaries are and how to set them. Many times we think boundaries are just for us to go out there and say no to everybody. Sometimes we have to hear the biggest no's. Some of us don't just know how to stop ourselves. Everything goes. You are present everywhere. You say yes to everything and every idea. I always say that if you want to speak to everybody, you end up speaking to nobody. If you want to stand for everything, you end up standing for nothing. If you want to be everywhere, you end up being nowhere. Sometimes I look at people and I'm like, what do you really stand for? It's like everything goes. What are the things in your life that you are not going to compromise? You should have some things that you are not going to compromise. But you cannot set those boundaries and know those things if you don't even know what your values are. What are your core values? What are the values you live by, the principles you live by? How do I really want to live my life? Let your foundation for productivity be that you are going to live an unhurried life and a life that is surrendered to God. So I'd like to conclude by asking you for a favor. Please share with me in the comment section below one thing that you're surrendering this year, and one other thing that you are bringing in from last year into this year, something amazing. Many times we act like the former year had just nothing. What is something good that happened last year? A new habit, a new system, routine, something you're bringing from last year into this year to help you. Please, let's discuss in the comment section below. And if you found this video helpful, please do me a favor and give it a thumbs up so that it can be pushed to many more people who may need this to lay a solid foundation for their productive lives this year. Thanks again so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next.